greatness within us, but most people will never unleash it. Why? Because they're waiting for the perfect moment, the right time, the right set of circumstances. But let me tell you something, greatness doesn't wait for the stars to align. Greatness doesn't sit back and watch life pass by. Waiting for the right moment, greatness demands action. It requires sacrifice. It requires dedication. If you're ready to unleash your greatness, I need you to listen up, because this is about to change your life. You've got to stop waiting for permission. You've got to stop waiting for someone to come along and give you a pass to go after what's already yours. Greatness is not some magic. It's not something only the elite or the lucky possess. It's something we all have, but very few are willing to do what it takes to access it. Listen to me. Everything you need to be great is already inside you. You don't need someone else to hand it to you. You don't need to look for it outside yourself. It's inside you. But here's the catch. Greatness is not unlocked by wishful thinking. It's unlocked by action. You see, greatness is not revealed in comfort. It's revealed in adversity, in struggle, in challenge. In the moments when everything around you says, quick, give up, you're not good enough, but you keep going anyway. Number one, the power of vision. The first step to unleashing your greatness is simple. You have to have vision. You have to see it before anyone else does. Let me ask you something. What do you see when you close your eyes? What is that thing inside you that keeps you up at night? That idea, that dream, that ambition that won't leave you alone. That's your vision. But understand this, a vision without action is just a dream. And a dream without work is just a wish. You can't just talk about it. You can't just think about it. You've got to live it. You've got to breathe it. You've got to see yourself walking in that vision every day. You've got to see yourself achieving that goal before it even becomes reality. That's where greatness starts, with your belief, with your vision. And I'm not talking about some small, safe vision. I'm talking about a vision that scares you. A vision so big, so bold that when you tell people, they laugh because they don't believe it's possible. Number two, overcoming fear. Fear is the number one thing that stops people from ever reaching their greatness. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. But let me tell you something about fear. It's a liar. Fear will try to convince you that you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes. But the truth is, fear is just an illusion. It only has power if you give it power. You're not going to unleash your greatness without taking some risks. You've got to step out on faith. You've got to be willing to take that leap, even when you're not sure what's on the other side. That's what separates the greats from everyone else. They're not fearless. They just refuse to let fear control their actions. They step out anyway. They go after it anyway. What are you afraid of? Failing. Let me tell you something about failure. Failure is not the end. It's part of the process. It's where you learn. It's where you grow. The greatest people in history didn't get there without failure. They didn't get there without setbacks. But they got there because they didn't let failure define them. Number three, the importance of discipline. You can have all the talent in the world, all the vision, all the passion, but if you don't have discipline, you're going nowhere. Discipline is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. It's what keeps you going when the excitement fades, when the motivation isn't there, when you're tired and every part of you wants to quit. It's easy to show up when you're feeling good, when everything's going your way. But what happens when life hits you? What happens when the obstacles come? That's when discipline kicks in. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It's showing up day after day, grinding, hustling, putting in the work even when no one's watching. That's what greatness demands. Number four, the mindset of a champion. Greatness is not just about what you do, it's about how you think. Your mindset will make or break you. You've got to have the mindset of a champion. What's that mean? It means you see every challenge as an opportunity to grow. It means you refuse to settle for average. It means you don't make excuses. You take responsibility for your life, for your actions, for your results. You've got to train your mind just like you train your body. You've got to feed it the right stuff, positivity, affirmation, success stories. You've got to cut out the negativity, the doubt, the distractions. You've got to protect your mind like your life depends on it, because it does. Your mind is the engine that drives everything. If you don't believe you can do it, you won't. If you don't see yourself as capable of greatness, you'll never reach it. Number five, the role of sacrifice. Here's the truth that no one wants to hear. Greatness requires sacrifice. You can't have it all. You can't be everything to everybody and still achieve your dreams. You're going to have to give some things up. You're going to have to let go of some comfort. You're going to have to sacrifice your time, your energy, your social life, maybe even some relationships along the way. Success comes with a price, and you've got to be willing to pay it. But here's the thing, it's worth it. It's worth every late night, every early morning, every moment of discomfort, because on the other side of that sacrifice is your greatness. You've got to decide, are you willing to give up what you want now for what you want most? Are you willing to pay the price for your dream? Number six, the power of consistency. Greatness isn't achieved in a day. It's not a one-time event. It's built over time, brick by brick, day by day, hour by hour. You've got to be consistent. You've got to show up every day, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's hard, even when no one else is clapping for you. You've got to keep pushing, keep grinding, keep believing. Consistency beats talent every time. It's not about how fast you start. It's about whether you keep going. Anyone can be motivated for a day, for a week, for a month. But can you stay the course? Can you keep the fire burning long after the initial spark? That's what separates the greats from everyone else. They don't just start strong, they finish strong. Number 7, surround yourself with greatness. Listen to me, you can't unleash your greatness alone. You've got to surround yourself with greatness. You've got to find people who push you, who challenge you, who refuse to let you settle for anything less than your best. If you're the smartest, the most driven person in your circle, you're in the wrong circle. You need people around you who make you uncomfortable, who inspire you to level up, who refuse to let you play small. Greatness isn't achieved in isolation. You need a community, you need a tribe, you need mentors, coaches, people who have already walked the path you're on and can show you the way. But you've got to be willing to listen, to learn, to grow. You've got to humble yourself and admit that you don't have all the answers. That's how you grow. That's how you reach the next level. Number 8, never settle. Here's the final piece of the puzzle. You've got to refuse to settle. Refuse to settle for anything less than your best. Refuse to let the world put you in a box. Refuse to let failure, fear, or doubt stop you. There's more inside you. There's more potential, more talent, more greatness than you've even begun to tap into. But it's up to you. No one else can do it for you. You've got to keep climbing, keep pushing, keep striving. The world will tell you to be satisfied, to settle for good enough, to play it safe. But greatness doesn't settle. Greatness keeps pushing, keeps reaching, keeps growing. And I believe there's greatness inside you. I believe you've been called to do something incredible, something world-changing. But the only way to get there is to unleash it. Stop waiting, stop doubting, stop holding back. The time is now. Your moment is now. I don't let a day go by without stepping into your greatness. Don't let fear or doubt or excuses hold you back any longer. You were made for more. You were made for greatness. It's time to unleash it. Now go out there and be great.